know what it was like under Donald Trump because he was president for 4 years. So, I was all in from day one, but I don't understand what's been the issue from other black men and what's been taking so long to get black men to come around, because at the end of the day, your mother's a black woman, your sister's a black woman, and our mother had to lead us to where we are now. If it wasn't for our mothers, Kevin, you know this, we wouldn't be where we are.
It's another day and the boule, they're still running around from platform to platform looking for some sweet potato cornbread crumbs. I told y'all their strategy from day one. First, they have to convince you that this non-black woman is black. Then if you don't support her and you're a black man, they'll label you a misogynist. And if you're a non-black man, they'll label you a misogynist and racist. This is what they've been doing the whole time. Look at Rickey Smiley on this segment. He's once again calling black men misogynistic if they don't vote for Kamala, who he insists is a black woman. And he won't stop saying you got a black mama, a black sister, so you gotta vote for this non-black pretending chameleon. He went on MSNBC with Ari, where they try to say black men are still voting for Kamala in large numbers, and they don't personally know any black men voting for anybody else. The mental gymnastics these delusional Debbies have to engage in to manipulate other black people while they sell us out, it's just too much. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time, let's jump into it.
If you have watched our coverage, you may have seen some of the fact-checking we've done of one of those political narratives that was out there for various reasons about whether black men are supporting Harris enough. Is that a weak point? In fact, we'll just show you the numbers and you can see the reality. When you look at the male vote, you have 36% of white men roughly supporting Harris. When you go to Latinos, it's just over split to about 53%. And then the gender gap completely crumbles with one group of men, black men, who actually overwhelmingly back Harris at 72%, just as they did Hillary Clinton when gender and race was the issue, but race was not. Now, the Daily Beast has argued black men have already potentially helped win this election. Quote, black men and black voters have become the demographic to be proactively courted. So we want to dig into this with the facts and some special guests. Rickey Smiley hosts the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. That is where he's interviewed everyone from Barack and Michelle, as you see there, to Snoop Dogg. His book is Sideshow, Living with Loss, and Moving Forward with Faith. And then returning to the broadcast, our friend Kevin Liles, former chairman and CEO of 300, once ran Def Jam, a hip-hop icon in his own right. If you know, you know. And he has been working with the Harris campaign on these very issues. Welcome to both of you. Rickey, I'll go to you first. Your thoughts on all the above. I showed the numbers. It looks like both for Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, black men have been stepping up.
Yeah, first of all, good to see both of you. Kevin, you know I love you. Ari, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
It's really good. I started getting phone calls from Roland Martin when they start doing the Black Men for Harris, just to be a part of that.
Why is Roland Martin always the common denominator between these boule sellouts? It's like the masses send him out to convince black men to get on board with whatever they say, to go along with destroying black men, black women, and black children. And if any celebrity go against the Democrats, they send Roland Martin trapped in the closet self to go attack them. Just like Roland told Tyrese at one time to call him first before he made comments about Kamala Harris again, so he can school him on the approved DNC talking points. And I'm sorry, if anybody sit up there listening to this buck-broken boule beta, they're also questionable. Like I said before, the guys supporting Kamala, they're usually flaming hot or trapped in the closet volume 4. If it's not that, they're a part of the boule. And on the weekends, for some of them, you can't tell the difference.
It felt like the foundation of them just trying to build up support for Harris because, this country is just as sexist as it is, some of the other issues that the country have. And, I don't have a problem seeing a woman in power as long as her policies align with, with what I have going on and my family and my people.
Hold up, Rickey. Are you not listening to the black men who refuse to get on board with y'all? They already said this like a million times. And it's not just black men, but black people in general who refuse to support Kamala are doing so based on her policies, her record. I'm talking about her history, going against black men, black women, and black children.
know what it was like under Donald Trump because he was president for 4 years. So, I was all in from day one, but I don't understand what's been the issue from other black men and what's been taking so long to get black men to come around, because at the end of the day, your mother's a black woman, your sister's a black woman, and our mother had to lead us to where we are now. If it wasn't for our mothers, Kevin, you know this, we wouldn't be where we are.
Oh my God, stop the madness. Yeah, our mama black. Yeah, our sister's black. But guess what? Kamala ain't black, period. Ricky's still out here spewing the same baby bot bimbo babble he was pushing a couple of months ago. Telling black people to vote for Kamala because our mama black is not only ridiculous, but it's diabolical. Especially after that Candace Owens investigation proved Kamala Harris is indeed the cosplaying chameleon we already knew she was. Bottom line, she's not black, but even if she was, nobody's voting for a candidate just because they're black anymore. They ran that trick with Obama already. And listen, it's tied and played out. You are not going to continue to fool people with identity politics and, quote, making history.
So it was not an issue.
Now, Ricky, I didn't know you were going to come on live TV and talk about Kevin's mom.
He could do that. He gets a pass.
But you're doing it positively, I guess. Let me thank you. Let me bring it to Kevin. You've been on this program many times. You are one of those people who has many things. You're a polymath. We could say, oh, you're an entrepreneur. Oh, you're a business guy. Oh, you're a culture guy. You're also a political guy working with Harris. What do you see in this conversation in politics that's missed out on some of what's really going on in quote unquote Black America and all of America?
I know that's not who I think it is. Kevin Liles? One of several executives that quietly stepped down from their industry positions after Diddy was indicted? Yeah, longtime music executive. And you heard what Ari said to him? He said Kevin Liles was working with Harris. Listen, it's been a couple of decades, and this is probably the first time Kevin Liles was on a platform like this, a national platform, openly speaking about, quote, working with a political candidate. Like, really? How all of a sudden is Kevin Liles working with Kamala? Just put two and two together. I don't have to say nothing else. Just put it together.
Well, first off, great to see you, Ari.
Great to see you.
It's to me, this, you see the numbers, but I have to tell you, I was in Philly, and Rodney Peete, Bakari, we had one of the football players from the Eagles, a couple of us having a real conversation at a Black-owned restaurant. First question, Bakari said, how many of you guys are voting for Trump? No hands raised. It's a myth. What they're doing is trying to confuse everybody. They're trying to divide us. The second thing is, the P I'm pushing right now is about this policy. So her policy, I'm a serial entrepreneur. You know this. You know, I've paid hundreds of multimillionaires over the years, and now these multimillionaires are now making other millionaires. And now she's saying, you know what? I want to fuel that by giving you guys $20,000. I'm for people alone. I want to fuel that by empowering you guys to be stronger and better.
Kevin, you can't be talking about the $20,000 Kamala lied and said will be for black men, only for us to actually read the paperwork and find out it was a promise of 1 million loans for everybody. She only lied and said it was for black men to pander for the support of black men when her internal polls confirmed that she was getting the lowest support from black men since 1960. By the way, this is what happens when the Boule meet up for their meetings, where they just sit and talk to each other but totally ignore everyday black people. Yeah, they ignore the real people, but come up with these scams together with these bought and paid for sellouts, like Bakari's sellout sellers, who Kevin just mentioned too.
That's the policy P. I have to be with her. And then I have to tell you that the other P I'm pushing, that it's personal. So it's personal because I have a son who saw his first black superhero, and it wasn't Black Panther, it was Barack Obama. I have 3 daughters, Gigi, Vivi, and Kayla, who get to say, Dad, we have a black female president.
Yeah, what they got on you, Kevin? You keep calling this non-black Indian Canadian slave master granddaughter Irish woman a black woman. How can a non-black woman be a black woman? And then he's trying to get people emotional over children looking up to these people. Your son should be looking up to you, Kevin. Your daughter shouldn't even have to look to some non-black woman to be their role model. Where's their mother? What kind of woman did you choose to be their mother? I'm telling you, this is so disgusting at this point. These folks keep getting on TV calling this cosplaying pretending chameleon a black woman over and over when I know they know she's not black.
And I have a grandmother that died, and before she died, she got to say to me, Kevin, can you believe there's a black man in the White House? These are all things that are personal to me and why I support Kamala and why I go out on the road in Atlanta with Spike and Samuel Jackson and D Nice and all my guys.
Makes a lot of sense. Rickey, were you listening? Kevin put that, I thought, really in an interesting way.
And look at Rickey with his old sassy cucumber head self. You already know this is his language too. His whole MO is manipulating black people emotionally. So as soon as Kevin started talking like that, Rickey already had his boule sorority monologue ready. Listen to him.
He also got the pushing P in there, which is a reference to his own artist Gunna. So he's doing more than one thing.
Yeah, Kevin, you're absolutely right. To see Kamala Harris become president of the United States, it would be something historical in our time. Whoever would have thought that we would have had an opportunity to see our first black president with Barack Obama, and then possibly, first black woman president, a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, probably would be read in by a member of Delta Sigma Theta, Judge Ketanji, and on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, which is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, so the Divine Nine. Everybody, I definitely feel like I can speak for everybody in the Divine Nine. We are fired up and ready to go.
Hey, Divine Nine, is that true? Rickey said he could speak for y'all, and all of y'all are fired up and ready to go for Kamala. At this point, this is really embarrassing. Rickey Smiley is still running around talking about these black Greek sorority and fraternities and their commitment to this non-black woman they have to pretend is black. And then Kevin Liles. Right after Diddy was indicted, he resigned from his job and he's been working with Kamala Harris trying to get black men to vote for. Why is it that every black man they put in front of us, they're either a part of the boule class, or they're in the sassy category, or they have some weird case or association with Diddy? I'm telling you, everybody can see what's going on. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. I want to send a special thank you to Price. I appreciate you, Price, for all of your support, as well as our sisters Shay and Crystal, and I can't forget about Roland C. If you want to show your support for the channel too, you have to use PayPal for now. The link is below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.